Hello there YouTube, Devin here again, and today I have a helmet comparison video for you. And these are on West German m62 helmet comparison with the East German m56 helmet comparison. Now these are both the very last models of Stahlhelm used by each side of separated Germany. And for all of you youngsters out there who don't know about the division of East and West Germany and the Cold War and all that stuff. After World War II, Germany was broken up into really four parts. West and East Berlin and West and East Germany, because Berlin is in north, kind of central north eastern Germany. And is the capital of Germany. So after World War II, the Allies decided to split Germany with Russia. So there was the American, British, and French half, which was Western Germany, and Western Berlin, which was to be administrated by the West Germany and those three countries as well. And then there was Eastern Germany, which was administered by Russia and the Soviet bloc, and it was divided. So it was part of it was due to war reparations. So Britain, France, and America got Western Germany, which was considered the more industrialized part of Germany and everything like that, to take it over, and they got a certain amount of profits from everything that were made there and everything like that as war restorations. And Russia took the eastern part, which is the more rural part of Germany, and they really beefed it up. They say that's what it was for, but I like to think that what it was really more for, and what they really don't teach you in school, is that really each side wanted to divide Germany and use it as a buffer and build up each side really as kind of like a pawn in a giant chess game in the war that was about to break out, that everyone thought was going to break out during the Cold War. So that way, West and East Germany could be each side's kind of first pawn to sacrifice in the war if it were to ever break out, which is really probably the more feasible option of the two, once you really think about how the Cold War really worked. But here we're going to compare these two helmets. Now, each of these helmets actually have their own videos if you want to learn more about them. But Western Germany was really administered by a lot of Western influence, a lot of American influence, because pretty much everybody ended up adopting a version of the M1 helmet, which this is, and it's actually my favorite version of the M1 helmet ever made after World War II, because there was just tons of them laying around. So this is the M62. Before this, they used pretty much an exact copy of the M1 helmet, but it had a plastic liner. This is actually doesn't have a liner in it. It's an M1 helmet shell, pretty much. It's a little bit closer fitting than a normal M1 helmet shell, but it has pretty much a Stahlhelm liner in it and a 3-point chin strap. So it's a very comfortable helmet. It's got quick release, and there's the quick release buckle and the standard buckle, as well as a very comfortable liner. I wish a regular M1 helmet had a liner like this, because it's really nice, actually. It's a little bit closer fitting to the head, which I like. And Western Germany used these to some extent into the late 90s, whereas East Germany used this from 1956 and on into the late 90s as well. So you can see the heavy influences here as far as each side goes. Each side really didn't want to be affiliated with the Nazi Stahlhelm design, so that'd be like the 35s, the 40s, and the 42s Stahlhelms. After the war, they really wanted to do some denazification. So pretty much the ultimate anti-Nazi helmet would be the M1, because there was shit tons of them, and they were adopted all over Europe after World War II. And Russia really didn't want to be associated with Eastern Germany really in regards, because that could kind of stir the pot if everybody in Eastern Germany was wearing Russian uniforms. So they opted to take a design that was already laying around. Actually, this was full in development. They had machines to make it and everything already. This helmet design was actually designed in 1942 as part of the Nazi Germany's 1942 helmet trials, and it was rejected because it didn't look like a Stahlhelm. But they decided to use this because it was readily available and ready to go, ready to make, ready to produce, and it didn't look like any helmet that was out there already, so it couldn't be mistaken. So troops on the border wearing this wouldn't be mistaken as invading Russian soldiers or amassing Russian soldiers, that were preparing for an attack, which both sides were very, very, very common on. Even after this was adopted, you still see German border guard troops wearing a helmet that looks like the Stahlhelm, just so the Russians didn't think there was like American troops massing on the border for an attack, because that could have set off this whole giant firework we call the Cold War, and turned it into one hell of a hot war in the regards of nuclear fire. So but these helmets are actually very, very nice. I really like the high quality German engineering that went into both, and these are the final versions of both. So this is the final version of the West German helmet, which, as you can see, is dwarfed in size by the East German helmet. And they both use very, very high quality leathers in their stuff. They both have very, very similar liners, actually, whereas it is a leather suspension, and pad sitting on a plastic liner. So it's kind of the same thing. It's all held in place with little rivets around the helmet, whereas the German one is held in place up at the top. So as you can see there, there's the plastic liner arms that it's sitting on, and it sits on this kind of disc that's held in place with one big rivet up here at the top, whereas the East Germans decided to have a bunch of 6 little rivets that are part of the shell around the outside, and it's still pretty much the same plastic liner, the same kind of tongue design. I do think this one is a little bit nicer quality. The West German m62 is a little bit better quality than this one, but they're all overall both very, very effective, both very, very nice helmets. So hopefully you guys like this video here, and while I'm giving you the kind of wrap up speech I always do, I'll give both these helmets kind of a turn so you can see the shape and comparison of each. So hopefully you guys liked this video, and if you did like this video, please subscribe. We are over 150 now, which I'm absolutely ecstatic about, and I thank you so much for doing that. This wouldn't be possible without you guys. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions for future videos, please feel free to leave those in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them for you or see if I can make that video possible. I have a whole playlist of videos dedicated to answering questions that are submitted by you guys. So if you want to see any helmet comparisons again like this, please drop me a line, and I'll see if I can make it happen for you. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everything you guys do for the channel and all that, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.